Hi, welcome back. This past Saturday we traveled down to Washington, Pennsylvania to play W&J, Washington Jefferson. We lost the game 40-14. After a scoreless first quarter, W&J then scored 17 unanswered points in the second quarter. So we dug ourselves a little bit of a hole there. Then we come out in the second half, took the opening kickoff, and we fumbled the ball and gave W&J the ball on our 19-yard line, and they scored with 3 plays later. Then we started to dig ourselves out a little bit. We scored on our first possession of the second half. Excuse me, after we fumbled the kickoff return. We had 2 big plays in this drive. We had a 36-yard pass to Dan Workowski. Dan is our starting free safety, but we inserted him in the lineup at a wide receiver because of his deep threat as a receiver, and he caught a 36-yard pass. And then Ryan Crawford, our freshman running back, he ran a 33-yard off tackle play and got down in close there, and then he scored on the next play. And then on the ensuing kickoff, the W&J had a good drive going, but freshman Dwayne Brown intercepted the ball on our 3-yard line, and he returned it 97 yards for a touchdown. So we cut the lead down to 24-14 right quick there, and thought we had some momentum going. That 97-yard touchdown is the longest play now in the modern history of St. Vincent football. So we got some momentum going, and then W&J scored on the next possession, scored on a long pass. And that kind of changed the dynamics of the whole game. We lost some momentum, and things started to go downhill after that. We had some chances, though, in the first quarter. Dan Workowski returned a punt to the W&J 23-yard line, but the drive ended in a blocked field goal. Then we had a second opportunity again early in the first quarter. We had a 1st and goal that ended with an interception in the end zone. Guys made a nice play. They covered a little pass that we had practiced and covered it and made a nice play. There were some bright spots for us, so overall. Freshman Ryan Crawford had 158 yards of all-purpose yards. He had 68 yards rushing, and he had 90 yards pass receiving. He caught a long, I think it was an 81-yard pass from Matt Deacons that took us down way deep into their territory. Our offensive line provided us some good protection. We only had 1 sack, and really it was a quarterback sack. They had some decent coverages, and we missed an open receiver we didn't see, and so they sacked us. And Matt Duffy, our sophomore wide receiver, he had another solid day. He had 74 yards in pass receptions. Then on defense, freshman Rennie LaRue Holloman, again, he led the team in tackles again. He had 15 tackles. He had 2 pass breakups. And middle linebacker Jovan Johnson, he's playing through some nagging injury. He also recorded 10 tackles on the day. We used our place kicker, Morgan Porter, to do the punting. Took over the punting on Saturday. He did an okay job. He registered about a 36-yard average, and that's the first time he's punted in a college football game. So in summary, though, we were beat by the better team on Saturday. W&J played well, and they deserved to win. If they win their remaining games, they'll be the champions of the President's Athletic Conference this year. So that was a big game for them. This week we traveled down to Kentucky to take on Thomas More. Thomas More, as you probably know, has won the last 4 PAC championships. And earlier in the year, they were struggling a little bit. They lost 3 out of their first 4 ball games, which was really uncharacteristic for them. But they've rebounded to win their last 3 games. They're starting to surge a little bit here. They defeated Grove City on Saturday 27-0. And one of their scores was a 100-yard interception return by their defensive back, Zach Otterripe. And Zach now is the all-time Division III leader in interceptions. He has 30 in his career, so they're going to present a pretty good challenge for us. And this game does represent a challenge for our team. Thomas More always has good team speed. They have a nice Division III, a really good Division III atmosphere at their home field. And they've been the best in the league for the past 4 years, so we have to forget about last Saturday's ball game. We have to bury it, and we have to press on. That's the only way that we can approach this. So we had a couple more injuries the other day, and we're hurting a little bit, but we're just going to say who's the next guy up and go for it. I think that Taylor Hayes-Leak did a nice job subbing for Cody Stralick at the tight end position the other day. He had a good solid game for us. So he was a player that stepped up because of an injury and did fairly well. Well, thanks again, and we'll talk to you next week.